Kenapa dia punya share screen tak keluar Oh dah. Okay everyone, I hope all of you are ready. We are going live now with the segment of Financial Fitness with us on our monthly Money Mondays with MCS. Alright, so before we start, just a quick intro of MCS. This is the Muslim Coaches Association of Singapore, right, established 2 years ago, right? So the whole idea of what MCS is all about is we want to actually provide a space where the coaches in the industry, in whatever industry you may be in, have a space to come together, right? Have a space to actually be accredited as well, have a space to continuously train, upgrade themselves, and be even better coaches amongst a band of other coaches as well, right? So that we can always be together and be able to actually, value add to each other and hopefully uplift the community to an even higher state. All right. So without further ado, let us begin with today's segment. Okay, today's segment, right, in financial fitness, we will actually be going through a whole series. It's going to be a part of a whole series from July up to December, right? Which I'll go through with all of you in total 6 topics, right? So there'll be cash flow management, which is today. Okay, next month I'll go through business budgeting, right? And the following month in September we'll go through P&L analysis part 1. In October, profit and loss analysis part 2. November we'll go through financial projections, and we'll end off the year with corporate taxes. Okay, so it's going to be a 6-part series, right? Every Monday, first Monday of the month on this channel. All right, so let's begin with cash flow. So today, what we're going to go through, the agenda is we're going to look at the role of cash flow in business, firstly, right? Understand what it's all about, okay? Then we look at cash flow versus accounting profit. Okay, is there a difference, right? And why, right? Then we'll go into the 7 steps of cash flow stability, how to make your business stable by looking after your cash flow, by managing it well, right? We'll go through next steps, what to do moving out from this particular session. Okay, and last but not least, I'll open up for Q&A. If you have any questions, you can please ask me in this segment itself, no issue. All right, okay, so let's go to number 1, role of cash flow in business. So here I'd like to go through with you 2 important but still very, very simple concepts, which is basically business value chain, and I'm going to go through with you how to identify where money goes in your business, right? So this is your business value chain. All right, so if you look at it, right, you have primary activities, which are things like your inbound logistics, your operations, your outbound logistics, your marketing and sales, and also your customer service. These are all your primary activities. Everybody who's running a business, you will be doing this day in, day out, right? Okay, and on top of that, right, you will actually need to have some support activities, which you will have to dash into your business bit by bit from time to time, not every single day perhaps, but from time to time. So you'll need to actually look into your company infrastructure. Are you running business in the right structure, right? For example, if you are running at a revenue of maybe $10,000 a year, right, and you're operating as a sole proprietorship, I think that's fine, no issues, right? If you're running at $20 million a year of revenue, but still as a sole proprietorship, not so, definitely not so. I'll tell you that you need to change and upgrade to a different entity, right? So that's what I'm talking about, company infrastructure. Human resource management, this is something that you need to look into as well along the way, to see whether are you actually looking after your manpower correctly. Do you have policies in place, to make sure that there's longevity of all the positions that you have in your business, right? You'll need to also look into your technology adoption, whether or not are you running business the way which is supposed to run in the present times, or are you lagging behind? What can you do? What can you adopt along the way to make it even better and easier for you to run business, right? And of course, you need to also look into R&D into your specific industry. Like for example, are you doing things in the right way? Are you actually keeping abreast of what's actually being run in your industry, right? You have to do some research, get it done better, right? Perhaps in your business processes also, right? It's not just about industry, but your business processes as well. Okay, but importantly here, your primary activities and your support activities will be run according to your mission, vision, and your values. So as a business, as a company, you need to have your MVV perfectly, clearly drawn up, so you know where you're going, you know where what to do, basically, right? There's clarity in your business, and you can move forward without any doubts, right? So this is the business value chain. Okay, mind you, every single thing here, even developing your MVV, right? Even your primary activities and your support activities, cash flow is a part of it. How? When you're doing your mission, vision, and values, right? If you don't have a clear MVV that is supported with sufficient cash flow, it's going to be very difficult for you to run your business in a sustainable manner, right? Okay, when you look at your primary activities, all of these activities here, you need to make sure that you have sufficient cash flow moving into every department, into every single activity, to make sure that you can run it sustainably as well. Okay, and for your support activities, right, if you don't set aside additional reserves, right, to be able to do these support activities as and when needed, so that you can actually take bigger steps forward, then you might be left behind. Okay, you get the picture, right? Cash flow is that important in your business value chain. So I'm giving you here the context why we are having this conversation today regarding cash flow. Okay, and now let's look at this diagram here. I just want you to imagine if your company is the human body, right? So maybe you can think of the brain here as your vision and your strategy, right? Okay, your vocal cords as your publicity and communications, right? Your heart as your operations, your lungs as your customer service, right? Your stomach as your admin and management support, right? I think your pancreas there as your finance, right? It filters out stuff and make sure things are properly done. And your human resources as your gut, right? So if you think about it, where is the money? Because all of these are your different departments, all of these are your different activities that you run. But where is the money? So I'll tell you the answer. The money is in the blood, right? The money is in the blood of the business. There, it's running through all of these organs, right? So if you can read between the lines, if money is in the blood of your business, the blood of this body here, it has to flow through everything. It has to carry the oxygen which is required to be able to let everything run optimally. If the blood is clean, everything runs well, runs smooth. So in the same way, if your money moves well, there is sufficient money in every part of your organization, you'll be able to run it well. You will be able to actually move without any issues. Okay, all right. Now, let's go on to the next part, which is actually cash flow versus accounting profit. Is there a difference? So I often hear this, long ago when I was starting out in business, right, as an accountant. So whenever we prepare the accounts for some business owners, and then they'll say like, "Fast, you showed me a profit here of 50,000, but I don't see any money. I only see a loss, right? So how come? Why is it so?" That kind of question. So there is a difference between cash flow and accounting profit. Okay, why? Because of this thing called concept of accruals. Okay, accruals are basically adjustments, or rather entries made into the accounts, right, to account for time movements. So like for example, if you already made a sale to a party, to one of your customers, but the customer has not paid you, if you were to consider it from a cash perspective, there is no sale yet because the person has not paid you, right? But if you were to consider it from an accrual perspective, yes, there would have been a sale. The sale figure would already enter your P&L, but you would show a profit right? But cash wise, you have not received it. So accruals, you will show a profit. So the same also goes to expenses as well. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, all right. So let's look at this. This is a simple profit or loss account, right? We have sales of stocks, sales of services, right? That's what you normally do, right? You will actually sell your services, you sell your items that you have, and then you would have to deduct from there your cost of goods sold, right? Or your cost of your services. This is your direct cost. So if you're selling iPhones or you're selling any um, communications products, your sales would be what you sold all these items for. Your cost of goods sold would be exactly how much do you pay to get this item into your shop or online into your e-commerce store for you to actually sell it. Every direct cost. So it's the cost of the item itself, it's the cost of freightage, right? It's the cost of insurance, any import duties that you have paid, that kind of stuff. Okay. What's left after that? That's your gross profit. Okay, and then from there you deduct your expenses. This will be indirect expenses. Like for example, if you have you have to pay rental for a space, if you have to actually pay for employees, stuff like that, that will be your indirect expenses. Okay, everything else that you have paid, your Singtel bills, whatever bills that you have to pay, at the end of the day, what's left there is your net income or your net loss. Okay, now this is understood, agreed by everybody, but there is two different versions. One is a cash version and one is an accrual version. So let me just quickly explain. It affects basically all of the items here. If your sales of stocks and your sales of services include those sales which you have made but you have not collected money, that is accruals accounting. We would have taken that in as well. Okay, if your cost of goods sold includes whatever costs to bring your items into the country for you to sell it, but you have not paid your supplier fully, it will still be included inside cost of goods sold, right? You have not paid your rental for the month, or you not paid your Singtel bills for the month, that will still be included under operation expenses. Okay, that is accruals accounting. But if you strictly go by cash, meaning what has been paid, what has not been paid, then it will be cash flow, there will be cash accounting. So there's a difference. Okay, now if you're asking me first, then how, right? If you show accruals there's a profit, but actually cash there's no profit and all that, at the end of the day, if you're preparing the report for compliance purposes, then you must follow accruals accounting, because that is the standard, that is a requirement, that is what you're supposed to do. Okay, but that's the reason why whenever, if you were to follow any of my classes, I will go through with you budgeting and forecasting, because we want to look at it from the cash flow perspective. So you need to still calculate what is your real cash profit or cash loss, because then you know where you're going to start from the following month, or then you know what you need the following month in order for you to run your business. Okay, so that's a difference there. All right, let me carry on then. All right, next. Next will be these 7 steps to cash flow stability. Okay, so I'm going to go through with you. These are the 7 things that I actually recommend and go through with my clients on how to make their business more stable, how to make sure their cash flow is proper, right, and they can build a better business for themselves. So first, these are the first 3 to get onto a digital accounting and bookkeeping platform. Okay, and I will explain further. Right, we look at it in a short while. There'll be online banking. Okay, number 3 will be streamlined collection methods, right, to make sure your collection methods are proper, right? We also have streamlined handling your receivables, okay, to make sure that you can collect in the right way. Okay, we have number 5, dedicated pay run cycles. Okay, we follow a certain timing, certain period, right? We have credit assessment, which you need to do, everybody needs to do for your business. Okay, and number 7, bank relationship. Okay, these are the 7 things that I would want all of you to do for your business. So let's look at it a bit more deeper. Let's start with number 1, digital accounting and bookkeeping. So here, what I'm talking about is to get your bookkeeping, that raising of invoices, writing all these things down, then sending it out to your customers, posting out and all that. We stopped doing all of that because honestly, it's a bit unproductive, right? Use a digital accounting system, right? Use something simple which you can just go into the system straight away, raise your invoices, put in your customer names and everything, right? And you can click send, and it goes out to your customer via email. That would be the best because it's fast. Okay, right? Don't do data entry after documents have been prepared. That was the old style. Do something new. Do it straight into the system and get it out. Okay, here I want you to pay attention to the dates, because whatever dates you enter into the system is going to be very, very important. So make sure you put in the correct date, you put in the due date by when and all that, right? Both for your invoices and for your supplier invoices, because then the system can tell you when you can expect payment from your customers, when you are expected to pay your suppliers. So dates are very important. Okay, make sure you focus on processes, not on data entry. Don't stack up documents for a week, for a month, then you start entering stuff, lose bank statements and everything. No, focus on a process. Wherever possible, do this on a daily basis. Make it simple, make it something which becomes part of your daily life. All right, okay. Online invoicing is something which I think is very, very it's very, very important, and at the same time something which the government is pushing for as well. Why? Because it helps you get paid faster. Okay, so you need to actually get online invoicing done and connect it with your PayNow and PayLah and whatever not, so that you get your money into the bank account faster. All right, and last but not least, within this particular section would be data mining and predictions. This is something not yet so so adopted yet, but I just want to say that with a proper digital accounting system, right, with dates properly done up, put it into the system properly, right, with all the information done, and you have a certain number of, like, say maybe 1 year worth of data. Okay, you can use an AI system later on to mine your current system, to make predictions for you, to be able to tell you what is a forecasted cash position in the next 3 months, next 6 months, thereabouts, assuming everything actually carries on per normal. The AI system can actually check for you over the past 3 years, January to December, which are your strong months, which are your weak months and everything. So you will be able to run your business in a more efficient manner. This is a separate system, but I just want you to know that there is a possibility. So this is the future, guys. All right. So of course, for me, I use none other than Zero Accounting, because I believe in it. I find that it's actually very, very good. It actually meets the requirements for SMEs and everything nicely. So if you want to get on board, please do send me a message, right? Go to our website, check it out. We are also PHC certified, so we can get you on it with government support as well. All right, more info on that later separately. Next, number 2, online banking. So here, what I'm talking about is get yourself, using online banking. Don't use a bank which only has traditional methods of payments and receipts. Okay, if you have to change banks, no choice, go and change your bankers. Get onto something which has a platform, right? OCBC has it, DBS has it, UOB has it, right? Maybank has it. So choose one of these banks which has online banking, get your tokens and everything, get on board. Okay, why do I say this? Because I want you to see your bank account regularly. If you don't look at your bank account regularly, you will never know whether you're on the right track. You'll never know whether you have sufficient cash on hand. You'll never know whether or not you actually received the payment that someone promised that they're going to be paying you the day before. Okay, so check your bank account daily. Okay, so prepare a simple SOP. Frequently check your bank account. If you're not doing it yourself, get your finance department to do it. Right? Prepare an SOP. Every which day or every what time of the day, go and check it. Okay, if you're using something like Zero, or something like whatever digital accounting system which can connect to the bank account, go and connect it, go and have an integration done, so that when you open your accounting system, right, when you're doing it daily, right, as I mentioned in the previous slide, you'll be able to see your real live bank account feed as well. So you need that as well. All right, so you know exactly what's going on every single day, every hour. Okay, and let's go to number 3, which is streamline collection methods. So in this particular side, I just want to let you know that the world has exploded in terms of digitally, right? There's so many things now that's available. So do not be left behind. Do not just collect cash. Do not waste your time by driving to your customer's place just to collect a check, okay, or go down there and issue a receipt for cash collections. If possible, don't do all this unnecessary stuff. Go on to online bank transfer. Okay, prepare your SMSs. This is the format. Please send your payment to what, or click here, or click this QR code, or pay now to this number, or whatever it is. Do that. Okay, get bank transfer done. So that's why in the previous slide, I asked you to actually go and get yourself online banking. So in this slide, I mentioned to you your collection methods. So if you're already on online banking and you go onto all these kind of solutions, it will be much easier for you because it works together. You can see everything happening. Get merchant solutions. If you're doing sales, get merchant solutions. Get your nets system up. So you have that machine in front of you, you can actually collect nets. Why? Because if someone comes to you and say, I want to pay, but Shah didn't bring enough cash, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, wait, take out your card, come, let's get nets and let's pay it. Okay, you didn't bring your nets card, never mind, no problem. Take out your phone, let's do a pay now. Okay, don't have also take a credit card, let's go and pay for it. I want you to get paid, guys, so let's do that. Okay, get some merchant solutions. There's so many now. If on top of it, you can also add on, get third-party solutions like PayPal, like Stripe, even like GrabPay, things like that. So these are third-party solutions that you can pay. They are non-bank solutions. Okay, so let's cut down the reasons why they can't pay you now. Let's get the money collected. Let's get the money collected. All right. So if we can't pay you by credit card and all that, fine, no problem. Go on to PayPal or send them a PayPal Pay Me link so they can pay you easily. Okay, give them a Stripe connection payment, ask them to pay you. Okay, so you get it, get the payment in. Okay, I know you're gonna say fast. You're telling me to do all this, but everything comes with a cost. Yes, it comes with a cost. That's so true. So you need to get a mix, and you need to get a mix right. Okay, not everything you want to go through PayPal or something which is a bit more expensive. So like PayPal for like Stripe and everything, there's 3.5%, 4%, 4.5% of charges to be paid. Okay, things like Pay Now and all that will be much lesser. Nets and everything will be much lesser. So get a mix. So maybe a certain amount, 500 and below, use this payment method. This amount to this amount, use another payment method or something. So have your options available. Find what is okay for you, but make sure you have these options available. The whole idea is to make yourself find it easy to collect money, and for the customers to pay you also easily. Okay, can do so far? All right. Okay, next, number 4, we're going to look into streamlining your handling of receivables. So here, what is required of every company is to actually make sure that you send statement of accounts to your customers. Tell them, look, we have these invoices not yet paid, how much has been paid, that kind of stuff, right? And then this is something you need to do. If you don't actually chase after your debts, they will, your customers will just take some time to pay you, right? And at the same time, even those who have no transactions with you, or their transactions maybe have been fully paid, it's good to send them statements of account, so that even if you get a zero statement, it will trigger them, hey, I've not been buying from this company for some time, maybe I should ask them for a quote, so you can restart your business, right? Okay, but these statements of accounts you must send out every month. Okay, but if possible, as I mentioned earlier, to use an online digital accounting system, do that. So these statements of accounts can be done automatically. You don't have to go and do it. Like the old traditional system, you have to list all the invoices in Excel, in Word, and everything. No, get it all done for you automatically. Okay, all right. So next is to actually make sure you have reminders prepared as well. So these reminders are also very, very, very troublesome. I know it, right? You know it as well. So this is to make sure that on top of setting statements is to remind them, hey, look, these invoices have not been paid. On top of setting statements, Okay, so what you want to do is to make sure that this is also easily generated from the accounting system as well. Okay, and all these statements, all these reminders have links inside that the customer can just click and it will open up the invoice. Okay, or you can send the reminders plus the invoices also together, one shot. And if possible, you don't want to break a sweat doing it, so get the system to handle this for you, so you can get your customers to be reminded without much efforts. Okay, now the whole idea here is to make sure that it's easy for them to pay and it's easy for you to get your money, so money flows, okay, into your bank account. And last but not least, this thing about problematic collections. Okay, how to know if a collection is going to become problematic? So it's about the number of days it has been remaining unpaid, right? So use a system that can tell you this invoice has been outstanding for X number of days. If it becomes longer than that, it will tell you it's now going to the next category. Maybe 31 to 60 days late. Then if it's going to the next category, 61 to 90 days late. Why do I say this? It's because I want you to take action fast in the event that you know that this a certain client is not being able to pay you in 30 days. You already send statements, you already send reminders, right? When it goes into 61 to 90 days, you can go and make a call. Now this will be a good time for you to go and make the appointment and then go and drive and see that client of yours. Not to go and collect normal payment, but to go and see them and find out what's going on. Are they okay or not? Okay, be nice in business, be nice. Okay, be nice, go and see them, ask them what's going on, try to solve this. Okay, even if it means for you to come up with a three payment what do you call it, installment, or 6 payment installment or something, do it so that you can collect your monies, right? If it doesn't work out, really things cannot actually work out for you, then you need to be able to decide swiftly and handle this legally. So maybe go and get this collected via the courts of Singapore. All right, so just get this system in place, okay, so that your cash flow becomes strong. Okay, next, let's look at number 5. Here is a very, very, very important concept. I hope you guys will really pay attention to this number 5, because this is something which I know most SMEs do not do. Okay, most SMEs do not do. So most SMEs, especially when I get new clients, when I sit down and talk to them, hey, how you guys do this, how you guys do that, this is, we do this in discovery, right? So when we talk to them, we realize that they are doing payment cycles erratically. Whenever suppliers ask for payment, they will quickly write a check, they quickly go and online, go and issue a payment out. So I just want you to know, please avoid erratic pay cycles. As far as possible, do not do that. Do dedicated pay runs. Okay, meaning you decide. I give you four examples here. You decide which one works for you best. Okay, and I will give you the criteria. So it's actually based on volume. So if you don't have many transactions a month, okay, right, do it once a month. The last option at the bottom, do it just once a month. That means once a month, every 30 days, you issue out your payments. Okay, you can collect anytime, collect money every day, so never mind, but you issue out once a month. Okay, now second option is 14 days, which means in every month you do 2 pay cycles, 15th and 30th. Okay, again, collect every day, pay out twice, that's it. Third option I'm giving you is 3 times a month, every 10 days. So you divide that 30 days into 3. 10th do one payment, 20th do one payment, and another month do one payment. That's it. Okay, if really your volume is very, very, very high, then you go to once a week, which is every 7 days. Choose a day, Friday or something, issue out all the payments. You have 4 cycles or 5 cycles a month. That's it. Okay, now fast. Why are you telling me to do this fast? It's my business. I want to pay when. Isn't it my prerogative? Yes, it is. But I'm going through with you. This is my best method to stabilize your cash flow and make it stronger for your business. So I'm telling you, collect money every day. Collect money every hour. Let it all come into your bank account. Okay, what's going to happen is your bank account, the graph is going to go up. The money graph is going to go up. Okay, but let it go down bit by bit. So once a week, go down, or collect all the way until the end of the month, then it goes down. Go all the way until the end of the month, then it goes down. The graph looks better as opposed to a bank account with the money going in a bit and it go down, going in a bit and go down, going in a bit, then go down. You understand? Not? You will be very jagged. It's not nice, even though ultimately it may be still increasing. So try to make it beautiful. Try to make it go up all the way for at least 7 days, or 10 days, or 14 days, or 30 days. Then it will go down for the payments. Then it gets replenished again. It goes up, then it goes down. Then it goes up, right? Then it goes down. So that is your pay cycle. Why is this graph important? Is it to impress anybody? No. It's to show that you have good financial governance. You know when to pay out your money. Okay, if you can keep your money inside your bank account, that means the banks will be even more happier to give you money, to give you loans, because you know how to take care of your money. Make sense? Yes, it does. All right, so please do this for your company quickly. All right. Now, number 6 is this thing called credit assessment. So for all of you who have done business with, like the government or big companies and everything, they will ask you to fill out a form, right? Okay, vendor registration form. Do that for you also. Even a simple one will do. Okay, doesn't matter if you think you're a small company or what, doesn't matter. Prepare a simple vendor registration form. Okay, or customer registration form, prepare one. Okay, this is for all new clients. All right, and then I want you to be able to give credit terms, not automatically bestow upon all your customers. Okay, in the past, sometimes, especially when we're starting out business, we tend to be very, very nice with everybody. I mean, no choice, right? We want to make the money, right? But at the same time, I just want you to exercise a bit of prudence. Make sure you check who your customer is, whether they can pay you, whether they're deserving of credit terms, right? Then you give them credit terms. Write an email to them or write a letter to them and tell them, hi, thank you for registering with us as a customer, blah, blah, blah. We're very happy to do business with you. We are offering you 7 days, 14 days, 30 days credit terms. Okay, and then you also must state some, some reasons why these credit terms may be revised at any point in time, blah, blah, blah. In future, without notice or whatever it is, you should mention something like that in case you need to make revisions. Why is this important? Is because if you don't state any credit terms, your customers may drag payments to you. Okay, and that will be causing you to waste money in administration, causing you to waste time to go and collect money. You don't want to do that. You want to focus on your business, right? So award credit terms. Don't automatically give them up. All right. Now, last but not least, we're gonna talk about bank relationship. Here I have 4 things that you need to do in order for you to have great bank relationship. Number 1, you need to show that you have accountability. As a business owner, as an SME, using a bank account, you need to have accountability. So make sure all your trade transactions are visible. Okay, don't do some transactions within the bank account, some transactions in a family member's bank account, or some transactions put under the pillow or under the carpet or under the table. No, everything goes to your bank account. Everything is clean, everything is clear. Okay, everything is above board, right? Number 2, you need to show the bank that they can be confident in you. How to do this? Very simple. Whatever repayment due dates that's available, that is required for you to observe, even things like loans, things like hire purchase, things like your CPF payments, whatever there's a due date, pay 1 day before it or pay 2 days before it. If you cannot do that, pay exactly on the same day via bank transfer. Okay, this will give the bank confidence in you that you are someone who actually really follows the rules in that sense, right? So you can be trusted. They will have confidence in you. Okay, this will give a good bank relationship in future. Number 3 is for you to show that you are responsible. How to show you're responsible? One of the easiest things is to make sure that You don't have any bounce checks. So remember earlier I said, if possible, don't use checks. Okay, if possible, make sure that if you really have to use checks, do not have bounce checks. So before you issue any payments, make sure that you have sufficient monies inside the bank account to honor the transaction. Okay, all you want to make sure is that nothing is dishonored. Okay, this is real, guys. I'm just telling you, this is real. Banks look at this very seriously. They will swipe through your whole bank statements for the past 1 year to see whether you have any dishonored transactions before they even think of giving you loans and all that, right? So it is very, very important. And last but not least is being law abiding. So here I want to say, please avoid any and all dodgy deals. What are dodgy deals? Fast dodgy deals are things that can cast a doubt on you, right? For example, if you were to receive a huge amount from another country, whichever country that may be, it comes in the tune of 900,000, when your normal sales are maybe $900, $9,000 maximum. Suddenly you receive 900,000. Okay, and even more still, if it's in a different currency, US dollars or something, right? And you receive this $9 million, right? Okay, and after that, maybe 5 days later, you issue out a payment for $8.9995 million. So meaning you got a commission of $5,000. Okay, this used to happen quite a bit in the past, right? In the 90s, in the early 2000s, right? Okay, but if they are still happening now and you know about it, do not partake, please. Okay, these could be dodgy deals. These could be, issues which are going to affect you because of any, funding of terrorism and everything. So there could be a lot of implications. So as far as possible, do not go into this lah. All right, so I've shared with you seven things, right? Let me just go through quickly again that this slide just to show you. Digital accounting and bookkeeping is the first. Online banking, streamlined collection methods. We looked at all three. We also looked at handling your receivables properly, having dedicated pay runs, your credit assessment to avoid it. We talked about bank relationships. Okay, guys, so these are the 7 things that you need to do for your business. Okay, next, let's look at what are your next steps. So for the next steps, going out from this conversation today is this. I want you to start implementing this quickly. Leave this meeting with a certain plan activated inside your mind. Put it down on paper. Try to do the 7 steps quickly. Now that you've already understood where cash flow moves in your business and why it is important, right? So get it started, implemented in your business immediately. All right. If possible, come and recharge again with us. Right? Join me again in our next episode, Financial Fitness with us, on our monthly Money Mondays with MCS on the first Monday of next month. Okay, we'll be looking at the next topic. Okay, right. From here, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Right, you can type it here. If not, it's okay. Send me a message or send me a PM or send this page a PM. Right, I'll try to answer your questions ASAP. Okay, all right. And last but not least, I'm asking you a favor. If this content was useful for you and you think you want to actually hear more from us, please like our pages. Please like our pages on Facebook, Instagram for Muslim Coaches Association of Singapore, right? And also for my own personal company page, Accounting Superhero. All right. So with that, I would like to actually leave you with this quote, right? Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, but cash is king. So this really resonates a lot with me as well, right? Because sometimes at the end of the day, because our revenue is so high or so low, it affects us. It makes us feel that we are so cool or whatever. At the end of the day, profit actually counts because it gives you certainty. Yes, okay, we have some profits, but at the end of all this, it's accounting, right? Cash is still what matters most. If you have it, then you're good to go for the next day. You're good to go for the next month. Right, so with that, I thank you for your time on this segment. Please scan this QR code if you want to get in touch with me. All right, if you have any Q&A, please go ahead. do send your questions in. I'll try my best to answer you. All right. If not, I will actually end the session today on the live. And I actually wish all of you the best in your business. And I look forward to rejoining with you guys on the next session, monthly Monday Money Mondays with MCS. All right. Thank you very much and take care.